In this video, what we're going to do is revisit one of my favourite drills ever. And the reason why is because a recent student of mine I went and played a few holes with, he's playing so much better golf. He doesn't have the perfect golf swing, but he has a golf swing which produces a really nice amount of repeatability. He can break 80, he can score in the mid 70s, and for the majority of amateur golfers that is, something that's really, really desirable. So I'm going to talk to you about really the simplicity of what we've done ever since I've been working with Andrew, and I'm going to revisit one of my favourite drills and one of your favourite drills in the interim as well. Okay, so we're going to reintroduce the long alignment stick. Okay, now I got a lot of questions last time round about how you would go about sourcing this. Now this was given to me, okay, when I used to work at my old golf club's place at Maxstowe Park. One of the greenkeepers gifted this to me, and this was the what they would use to sort of swoosh the greens first thing in the morning. Okay, so this would go into like an extender pole, and then they would go around, and this was gifted to me, right? Because I asked about it. You may be able to source one that way. If not, you can just get a piece of down, okay, or something like that. You don't necessarily need it to have an element of flex in it for it to give you the feedback. But what I want to do is I want to talk about, the simplicity of what you're looking for in the golf swing. Now, this is basically becoming my golf club, okay, like so. And I've tried to position the camera in such a way, so can you see the two alignment sticks on the floor? That's kind of how you would set up as well. And that represents my target line. Now, when Andrew first started working, when I first started working with Andrew, he had this habit of, like a lot of golfers, moving too much, so a little bit too much movement too soon, and the club would travel what is known as under the plane line. Now, what that means is, see the way that this alignment stick is not travelling straight through the green line, okay, it's travelling under, like so. And then from here, he would kind of get up to the top, and the club shaft would get a little bit like across the line, like so. And then as he starts the downswing, the club again would travel too much to the right of the target line, and then he would get quite stuck. And because of these movements, his hips would be progressively getting close to the ball, and then at the last minute, he would have to try and save it with his hands, and he would kind of get stuck and wouldn't be able to do this sort of drill, and would just end up sort of hitting himself in the rib cage, like so. Now, what we've been working on, okay, and the big thing, is getting that club moving straight back. So that's, taken a lot of convincing, is just to work on things like his alignment, get that club moving straight back. And what that's meant is he can now lift the club up and get the club into a good position, as I'm demonstrating here. And now what we're sort of doing is Andrew's pretty good at bringing the club down on plane, but we're trying to now advance his technique so he turns with the club, so he can hit it more, as I'm demonstrating here, where he'll keep turning through and he doesn't have to use his hands as much. But that's the more advanced stage. Now, the reason why this exercise is so good is because if you have a discrepancy in your swing plane, okay, which basically means you swing too much in, okay, you will notice the way that this will just absolutely ricochet and hit you in the rib cage, like so, and you won't be able to swing through. If you swing up, okay, so the shaft, or the alignment stick works straight back through my target line, and then it points on my target line here, and I turn through with it. Can you see the way I can turn through and it doesn't hit me? Okay, so look, there, like so. And that's what we're looking for with this sort of drilling exercise. So if you're looking for like the perfect drill for the perfect swing, this is it in terms of as a feeling. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get set up to pretend it's a 7-iron, or if you want to, you can pretend it's a driver, it doesn't matter. And you basically get set up, so get into a good posture. And in the takeaway, what you're looking for is for the alignment stick, or the stick, to point or to stay in contact with my left hip as it travels in a straight line. Okay, and you can see the way that's just my hands and arms and a little bit of chest turn at first. Then from here, you're going to lift your arms up, okay, as you allow a little bit more rotation. So again, it points down towards my line. And then from here, we're going to, from here, we're then going to concentrate on starting to turn. So see, again, the alignment stick carries on pointing towards that line. And then you're just going to let this whip through. So let it straighten. And the idea is, if you do it correctly and you're swinging on plane, look what I'm doing here. See the way it can miss my rib cage. And that's the feeling you want here. Yeah? Because that is that sense that you really want to have if you're somebody who struggles with whipping the club through the ball. So again, with Andrew, it was kind of in here, across the line, a bit sort of stuck and a bit this way, whilst now it's starting to look more here. And then what I'm basically saying is he's going to be very close to just turning through and being able to really release that right arm and whip that golf club through the ball. So work on the drill. You can try and source it through a wholesaling greenkeeper, or you can ask greenkeepers at your local course, or you can search for a piece of dowel from a hardware store. See you soon.